Bremen.Mehendices says hello. Bremen.Mehendices says test. Bremen.Mehendices says there we go.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Tonight I will continue where I left because yeah, I said I would be there yesterday, but it was almost time for supper. I didn't realize it was like 9 p.m. And yeah. So today I reflected upon what should I do next, and I noticed that I cannot go without the collision box from the dynamic mesh we did. So we will continue. The reason why is that I run the game in my build, and I saw that the dynamic mesh do not appear in the build. So my guess is that it needs to be generated. So that's why it's a good idea, even if you are a 3D modder, to generate the project, do a build. That way you see who's writing me at this time. So yeah, let's do this. Damn it. Let's do this. Full screen. This doesn't. Oh, don't look at my emails. Yeah. Talking about emails, I will just move this aside. Okay. Let's go. I should flip my. Okay, yeah, no, it's fine. Okay, let's do this. This didn't work. I was trying to make a cube color correction for the camera, but I ended up doing something manual. Showing my background. Okay, let's do this. We need to solve it. So I repaired my build command. It was just I moved my project file into a new, and I don't use relative path. I should. I think about it. Next time I will. Next time I build, I will use relative path. So, because if I want someone to work and use them, work with me, they would need relative paths. Because they are not on my computer, they cannot use my path, the computer from the paths that are not relative, that are in my computer stuff. But I can show you anyway why we need the collision boxes. So I repaired this. It's working now. PowerShell. No. Oh yeah, I need to enter the. Is it? Come on, what's happening there? Okay. So I made like the minimalist build. I should do a final build, like a big build to see, just to be sure. Like a release build, just to see if it changed. It shouldn't change so much. I don't know why I have a constant headache when I'm streaming. So it's very minimal, only 43 DLL or libs to build. I try to because it can be very long. Can be very long. Almost already done. I think I didn't do. Yeah, I can't. I won't be able to show you because I didn't. I picked my main menu map. I think. Well, it's worth a try though. I should remove the scale factors. Do you hear the music? Yes. I think yeah, I want to do the last sprint, like the last task I will have on my demo, to do the visual, to redo a bit of the visual, the character, the menu, because the menu I did it in a time where it wasn't so much. It was still accepted to use AI, but today I feel like it's not. People don't like it, and I agree with them mostly. I think yeah, AI should be ethical. It's a good tool, but it's not ethical. And I would like to build ethical AI. Eventually, it's not the first time I say that. And I guess that eventually people might want to do it with me. Might want to invest in some ethical AI. My idea is we would need AI that we can retrace the origin of the training, or like either it is that, or every artist would have a model they can train their art on, and it would be when you someone generate a client generate a picture, it will redirect to the money to the artist that he picked among the generation, and the generation would pick like randomly different models made by different artists or something similar. I think this is the simplest way to do it, because it's really hard to retrace training in a big training stuff, because it's a statistic. It's like statistic per pixel to pixel, and many artists contribute to pixel to pixel statistics. So it's almost impossible to retrace. The best way it would be really to have a model that each artist train, and it's hard because it needs a lot of data to train a AI model. But I think eventually there will be better architecture for that. It's getting every day there's something better about the architecture of AI models. So the issue is that the dynamic mesh do not appear. So we need to solve that before I go to my future task, because I will need to test here and build. Because when you program, often the build result is completely different than the editor result, because the editor is made to be very fast. It's a fast build. There are debug logs, many stuff that are stripped out and added that make the two build different. The two, they are different, and some very often your build will differ. So it's better to test and build instead of an editor. Always, even if you're a 3D artist like that, I wouldn't have noticed this if I haven't built. So let's do this. I didn't have this headache. Okay. Now I was debugging the menu, so that's why I'm in a black scene. I solved a little bit. The thing is, I don't want to do the debugging in my live stream, because it's not like a series that I started long ago. currently the one we are doing, which is geometry scripting. Since I started it a few days ago, it's fine. I can do part 1, part 2, part 3, but debugging is like out of nowhere. I need to debug it on my free time, but I can show. I just added a private session with the port and IP address. This is the public. I will add public somewhere like here. Public sessions, private session. So public session, your game appears there and everyone can join. But if you want something private, it will be there. I would probably connect it with the Epic. So if you have an Epic account, you will be able to join your friends more easily. Yeah, so of course I will. Especially for the public, because they provide a system that allows to show every public game that I have. So I cannot do this without. If I wouldn't use Epic, I wouldn't be able to do this. To list the game of every other players. So that's why also why I don't use Steam, because it's free. Epic is free, and Steam it's like $100 or something like that, and I really don't. I want to be able to don't spend. So that's why, and show people that you can do it without spending. Yeah, and the background I would need to replace that. It's all AI, and when I did it, it was not something that wasn't badly seen. But yeah, there were backlashes in the game industry when people use AI generated things. But I'm an artist, so I can do this very easily. It won't look like that. This is like the Ghibli styles or something. I don't want to copy Ghibli style. It's I want to have our own cottagecore style, and it's hard to do it. It will take a lot of time, a lot of concept art. I did some, and yeah, I will keep as I said, all the visual revamping for the last sprint. Yeah, I have a headache, so I don't know if I will be able to keep going for long. Like I took Tylenol's extra strength and it does not go away. I have a hard time focusing. I might need a little sleep. That's why. Yeah, I added some new stuff. Found more chimney stuff. Yeah, it's very addicting to add stuff like that. Oh boy, that's small. Need a bigger table. Kids. The walls are not there yet. I just like I was not sure about the walls. I didn't like the first draft I did, so I removed everything. But I will do the walls later. What else? Oh, there is a attic, and I put some stuff. Really, I try to not do it too much because it's very addicting to decorate, and later on your scene lags because you added too much things. So yeah, that's it for. What else? Oh yeah, I put some. The doors are too small. I put a Unreal logo there. There we go. Let's go. Let's do this. So, first thing first, I need to make the function for this, and I want to ask AI for something, and this is the best use you can do of AI when you start and you don't know, you're not sure, especially Engine, like they have specificities, like Unreal will have a specific, and what I want to know is when I have I will write like Unreal Engine, let's see, 5.7. First, it's good to say the version. Sometimes it can be problematic, but often when I say the version, it disregards the version. It's still trained on the older time version. So Unreal Engine. I want to know what is the best proper way. Some people don't like best practice, but in programming, but I don't dislike it. Of course, it's like abstract. There is many road that leads to Rome. It's hard to say, oh, this is the best practice. But sometimes it's. I feel like Unreal has something different, like component, that would solve what I'm trying to solve now. When you function that you need in many blueprint. I guess it's a component, or either a component or an interface. But you don't want to copy paste it in every blueprint. Of course, there's math. You can do a math. There's like because also Unreal blueprints are. It's bad to do. It's not bad, but it can be slow to do the math in the blueprint. Even though now it depends. It depends a lot because this is not done in runtime, so it's fine to have math in something that it's not in the gameplay. Like when you generate something, except if it's takes off your loading time. Let's say I want the player to generate maps, and then this map use many different mesh generated. Then the math tab would need to. This, of course, I guess it will happen to me eventually. I will need to move the maths I do there in C++. But you can optimize later sometime. It's fine to optimize later. It's a saying you can read sometime in. The guy who wrote C++, Strout. I don't know how to pronounce his name. John Schroudstrup. This guy, there is a document, C++ document you can read that he wrote. It's free online, and he said one, do not optimize early, but some people say it's not a good advice. It's really like your taste, because when you know you should optimize early, when you're like a senior, you know when to do it. You should probably do it. That's what people would say. Like when you know you need to optimize in advance, better to do it. So my question. I also would. I'd like to. Yeah, we'll just ask this. Not in every. You don't want to copy a function in every blueprint. The best practice. Blueprint function, yeah, I remember this. That's what I was about to say. The function library. Yeah, but the thing with this is that pure utility. The thing is that if I want the function to be, it's not my case, but what if to be enforced in every X blueprint. Yeah, it does not answer. But my guess is that if I wanted to enforce it, what I would do is, like, you want your other colleague to use it, you want to force them to use it, which might not be a good idea. But I would re-implement this class, and then I would make the component that has the function in a variable, and I would find a way. Maybe there's something like a bind widget, like in the widget you have bind widget, and you cannot compile without the bind widget. Maybe there is something similar. That's what I thought, but I don't want to enforce it. So I will try what he said. It's the blueprint library, because now I will need this function everywhere in those generated stuff. So where I put it? We put it here. Function library. BFL. Static mesh generation. Let's say, just I want to bring that. Come on. Okay, it does want me to solve this. Static mesh. Oh, okay, yeah. It's the static mesh. Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, I would need to remove it, but just for it to compile. Just want to see what is the static mesh. Electrostatic mesh. Aye, aye, aye. Now I need to replace this. Where is called here? That's fine. Well, I will delete it and compile. Oh yeah, it's not something that. Yeah, it's something that I press a button. So yeah. I will. Yeah, I need to add it at the end of this. Here, and it's baked to static mesh. It's not public. Yeah, I don't find it. Maybe I need to compile. There we go. Would need to be at the end always. Ay, my head. Now I can I need to check the other one, the floor, because the floor has this function here, and I can use this. Well, I should not do this, but it works. It makes the link with the one I have here, because this is the static mesh here, but I copied from another one, but it makes the link because it has the same name. Not valid. Get. What was the target in the time of Methuselah? Dynamic mesh component. Since it has the same name, it picks this one the same. Damn headache! Stop that. Okay. Now we need to do the same. With this one. No. Okay, so I want to do something else. So I said I would delete this. Because I want to generate. Do I need to expose it? That's the question. Can it be empty? Yeah, if it's empty, then wonder. To static mesh asset. Okay, it cannot be empty. Let's see. What can it be? I would like to generate it, add it to the scene, because my guess is here. Static mesh. Let's see it. They're both there. Where are you? Static mesh. Is it okay? It can be anything. Huh. Okay, so it can be anything. What I want to do is, instead of having a static mesh in the scene, I want it to generate it over the dynamic mesh. I don't know every function, every blueprint. I will ask AI. Oh man, it's big. I want to send a static mesh to that function, but before that, in blueprint, I want to generate that static mesh instead of drag and drop it in a static mesh exposed variable. What can I do? I do in blue and it should do that. You need to create a transient static mesh asset at runtime rather than referencing an existing one. The approach uses geometry script on helper. Create new static mesh asset. I hope he trained on a new idea of this. The static mesh has to be possessed by this one, so I can delete it at will. From mesh? What? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Whoa! Infinite loop. Don't do this. What? Um, a bit redunding done. Error, though, does not say this is wrong or this is wrong, but this is redundant though. Redundant though. Redundant. Redundant. French with the redondant. Redondant. Language. In English, redundant. Redundant. Redundant, as I said.
Redundant.
Redundant. Redondant. So it's very close to French. Yeah, to create new static mesh. Whoops. Okay. So what I want to do to Maybe to be sure that it won't just spoot static mesh over and over. I want to clear this. Clear. Empty. No. Damn it. I think it overrides it anyway. I want to give it the same rotation. Dynamic mesh. Why does it spoot out the dynamic mesh? I give this static mesh on the spawn. This static mesh in scene and give it the same rotation and location as the current dynamic mesh. Copy mesh to static mesh. What? What? Maybe I should replace this one. Oh. Well. Mesh. Mesh. Actor from class object. Seems to be better. I hope that yes. Yes. Static mesh. Sometimes AI is not, maybe it's right, but it seems to not be right. Now I want the location rotation of the dynamic mesh. Is it self or? Yeah. Okay. Get. That's it. Whoa, don't do that. Sometimes Blueprint do that and it's funny. Rotation. Where's the location world? Get world. Location. Dynamic mesh component. Okay, it seems to be right. I put them in order of magnitude. Just like that. What is transient? What? I think it's when it's in the content browser. Transient. Transient means the object exists only in memory. Okay. During the current session, it is never saved to disk. I think it's in memory. Saved to disk, it means that it will be saved. If it's in memory, it will take memory. If I okay. It's an object flag. It's a flag operator. I'm not used to. I was like, what is this? When to use transient for persistent. I generate a static mesh that when the game loads, only the static mesh will be used in game, not generated at runtime. So it's persistent. So it's persistent. I don't need to take this. It's persistent. I can turn myself blue. Then be my headache would go. Better this blue. This blue. Okay. Okay. I was wondering why. Does it need a path? Failure. At the F. Failure. I think I should have slept a little bit. Maybe that's why the headache. Create new static mesh from mesh. So this is not done. Like this one is not done yet at this moment. That's what the AI say. At the end of the chain. Event begin play, append box, append cylinder. Fires before mesh is ready. Maybe the execution node here is wrong. It makes it wrong. I should just remove it. Let's see. A little trick is to do this. It still is readable. I didn't see where it gave. Okay, it does not work. No. It is at the end. Let's see if there's a event graph. Event. And play. Let's try. Is there something specific to dynamic collision and event on report generation? No, it would be here. Maybe on end play. What is end play? No, it does not fire at all. It's when the game is stopped. Okay. Every time he has one too many. There we go. Yeah, failure. What? What else does absolutely need to work in there? Its argument in order to work. Okay, it needs an asset path. Damn it. Damn it. Why does it spoot out the dynamic mesh? Maybe I can use this one. Yeah, you want to do it fast? Just do that. Now I can use it here. Instead of using that. Except this. Damn it. Yeah, anyway. I need a path here. Uh, what is the path for? Maybe I didn't provide enough. Set path. Unique. It's boot an asset that, but does it use it? Okay, it's where it's saved. I hoped that was what that was the case. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I want them here. Wow. Still alive, yes. I think I crashed. Bring back my color. Black and white-ish. Nothing in here to see. What? Oh no. No. Damn it, Bobby Boo. Okay. We'll construct this name. This will be this. I will need to bring all of this into this. But for now, I will just think. Okay, I'll get the current blueprint and in string. Damn it, what's wrong with not having a self? Self display. Damn it. Damn it. Append string. Damn. Append string. There we go. Promote. Damn, what's going on? Oh, string might be hard to process because it's an array, maybe. Array of character. Damn, what's going on? Just taking private. There we go. It'll save before it crashes. I don't need name because it's what I'm doing. There. Oh, bye. I will restart because it's too much. Don't know what's the problem. V. Oh, because it's so it lags because it generates the mesh. Hmm. There's no self. Yeah. There we go. They, it's multiple conversion. Yeah, that might not be a good thing to do this because it generates the mesh on the here. What? Oh my god! How many times? It generated 2 times. Let's say I don't want to do this every time. And I will do branch. A thick mesh. Oh, empty. Yeah. Maybe. If it's valid, it just continue. Yes, it works. But now It does not work. Mm-hmm. It missed the here, and I can delete this. Damn it. It worked. It's here. It's should be here. Yes. Damn it. Oops. This one was not generated. This one is. But it works. Um. Oh. It asks for a replacement. It means that. Oh, I forgot this. Okay. Save. Re-update. Delete. Yes. Delete. Oh. Generated. Where is this? Oh. Okay. Save. Update. Delete. No. There is none, but it cannot fend down the idea that. No. Might be still in memory, and that's why this is valid and that's not regenerated. Oh, it appeared again. It generated a new one. Okay. It's chaotic now. I understand why the guy did the button that he press. It added a 0. But it works. It added it at the right place. Maybe the branch is the right way. There is no empty check is valid. With a question mark. It's the same as this one, I guess. So it might not work. I should add a little generated because they have the same name. Oh boy. What's happening? Okay. Okay. Um, hmm. Oh, the generated one up on top. So it added the title 0 because this one is called title 0. No. Who's the generated guy? This one. Okay, why does it do this here? Is it because it's 000? It's a 00 location. Okay. So when I delete it, it regenerate it. Yes. Okay. At 000. So the location is not good here. I'll take the red. Nothing. It does not say anything. But here it says the. So it really does not see dynamic mesh. Maybe this one instead. Good. Well. Location. Self. Location. Okay. So it's generated. But when I delete the one, so it's maybe it gets the when this is at 0. Like it's not at the right moment. So it passes this. Okay. Okay, I think I know. I should put this in begin play instead. Event begin play. Good. Come on. Come on. Why did they break this? They broke the. Yes. List. Now can delete this. Save. Update. Just to be sure. Maybe I can delete them now. Oh, baby boo. Generated. Name it. Okay, it worked. So at begin play it should. Let's play. Oh, a number or just one, it's fine. I'm a human being in the elfly space. Did it work? No, generated there. It did not work. But I got some message. Okay, no, it's the player start. maybe it never starts. So maybe I should really make it, but keep it as a button. Scuttle button. I am almost there though. The begin play is not a good idea because it was not, the dynamic mesh was not in the build. It might never begin play. Let's try to delete the monstrosities here. Let's force delete them. I hope it won't break my level. Anyway, I couldn't find them. No. It's empty. It should generate them, but it does not. Let's bring this back. No. But yeah. Yes. This worked. This worked. This worked. But it wasn't supposed to. This work. This work. This work. This work. This work. Bon. Rename this. F2. Who's that effer? Mother effer. Let's search for it. No. So this guy generate one there? Does not make sense. It does not make sense. It does not make sense. Why at 0? Why the other guys do not generate at 0? And I think it's because when I delete, it generates this one. So it ran as an update. Maybe I should make my own boolean. Yo, don't do that to me. Instead of checking this one. Yeah, I don't know. So there is this effer, mother effer. I should maybe check if the file exists. Yes, it's a effer. It's a effer. It does generate it, and I think it's really this one. And it does not generate the others. I don't know why. They have a different name. They are not the original. CubeGrid 2. This is the generated. Don't have the original name. What does that mean? Why 0? This one is name 1. So it cannot be this one, it has to be one that is named 0. And it's not this one. It's as if it's take this one and puts it in the scene. At 0, maybe it's the way dynamic mesh are done. But it does not do it for the other ones. So what if I delete this one? I delete this one. But then I delete both of those two. Now what do you say? Oh, effer. So it does not exist in the scene. It's outside the scene. So I think it takes this original one and it brings no matter what. For the other walls, it brings this one. Okay. Maybe I should make my own branch. Like, that's right. No. Is static mesh 3 Then oh, it is generating. No, I put true instead of false. Damn it. I hope you didn't generate like a ton of. Okay. So it is static mesh. The true. This anymore. Need this anymore. Now I think it will work. This effort off away of my face. Generated away from my face. There we go. Update. Wait. Oh wait. No, it does not work. No, it means that it turns that yes, it's restarted because there's many. Okay, the other solution is to check if the file exists. Can I check if the file exists in the game in my generated folder? Of course I can, but will this work in release? Or editor only? Where's that brush for release since you're generating the mesh? Once an editor shipping it, you don't need any of that runtime checking. Okay, yeah, anyway, it's generated in. I generate the mesh, I ship the mesh, so it's fine. It's fine. Oh no, you won't you always generate every time I move? Yeah, I would like the player to be able to generate them because that if the player being able to generate on the spot using where should mesh? Yeah, I doubt it would be mesh. like manager. Well, huh. Real-time mesh component 5 on real file 5. It's 2 years old. 6 months. Oh, 6 months, yeah, it's good. For information on installation usage, this project is a labor of love. Most commonly known as RMC, is a replacement for the procedural mesh component found in UE4. The RMC is much more efficient and carries many more features while allowing for a much more fine-grained approach for advanced use cases. While being simple to use just like PMC, it can handle any use case. Okay. Okay. I might use this later on. The real mesh component core is more common. Yeah, I would add this. My favorite, my library. Okay, I'm not connected. Yeah, we'll need this maybe later on because it allows to generate mesh. It allows to have chunk and generate them. I would like the player to be able to regenerate the map. If I generate mesh like this, the player cannot do that. I can only do this in editor. And then ship this to the player. But the first iteration of my game, I will, because it's too long to go on and add a new feature every time. I should limit. I just want to copy this to my other browser where I'm connected, I think. I think it's this one. Three-axis game. What was it? Yeah, it's the 3-axis, guys. Add to library. Continue. Continue. Okay. Okay, I will install this in later versions, so I can let the player have generate different stuff. Because PCG it's not the same, but I guess you can mix it with PCG. But for now, I'll focus on this. So now I need to check the path. So anything you do when you check something in the content browser, the player will not be able to do that. You can only do this in editor. That I knew. That's why I said no, but and I asked the AI and he confirmed. This is better than checking variable name. Does asset exist? That's what I want. And then I bring this there. There we go. Now I can get rid of this. It could be useful, but let's try first without deleting it. Okay. And now it made 2 generated blob. Now save, delete. No, force delete. Use the force. Look. Oh, it's generated anyway. Damn it. All that for nothing. B0. Okay, I could check if Ay. It's a workaround, but I could do that. I could check if the name here ends with 0. Looping. Check if a string ends with 0. Ends with, there's already ends with 0. No, I won't get scammed. If it ends with 0, do nothing else. Do something. Now the effort is cooked. The effort is cooked. Oh no. No, it's not cooked. No. No. Zero effort. How did he do this? Oh. Maybe later in the pipeline. Maybe here. Oh, did I forget? Yes, I forgot. Okay, no. So maybe it does not exist there. But it exists there. That would be weird. But maybe it's this one who causes the problem. So if it ends with 0, hit skip. But if it does not end with 0, it does not skip. Oh my god. What have I done? Bad. Ay, ay, ay. Caramba. No. Okay, no more 0. That's a good news. It's no more. Yes, it worked. It was the generated guy who did this. It was this function. Get dynamic mesh. Okay. I can skip this one. I don't need this. We solved it. But yeah, the user won't have like for now, because I use a content browser. So I need to generate them before shipping. Just to be sure. Oh no. Why does it regenerate them? Now we need to make a checkup to keep the one I add there. Okay. Now, almost done. Okay. We need to do this for the floor. Damn it. But it's not long for the floor, so guess we need to pack this up into a function. Bake static mesh. Hmm. I don't know how much I can bring in here, but I need to bring as much as possible. This should stay here. This is only accessible here. I don't think I can get dynamic mesh. Yeah, it's only from this class here. So I cannot bring that. I could bring this in. I could static mesh. Or could try. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Maybe this one is not accessible here. Yeah, it's not accessible here. So I have no much choice to do this. New. No, it's from this. Okay. That's fine. I just have to copy this. At least this one is bake is here. Well, it's not. It's fine. Not the end of the world. Now let's see. Did it work? And I might go after that. Uh, now it will be long. It might crash because there's a lot of floor tiles. Save, compile, close, save, compile. Okay. Oh, I forgot to bring the who else? Okay, asset path too. Asset path. Moment of Veritasium. What? No generation? Are you kidding me? Something's wrong. Oh, it's the wrong one. No. Okay, something's wrong. Something's wrong in there. What? So it's true. There we go. Now it's crashing. Now it's crashing. Will take some time. I may take a break now and return back. Or else. It has to be generating every one of them something around the year, then year, almost there. Should be done by, yes. How close was I? Yeah. Yes. Okay, net. Well, I didn't compile. Damn it, it does not see them. It doesn't see them. It regenerates them all. At least next time I will have to add this. Yes. Everything's there. Oops, what I'm opening now? Okay, save everything. Now this one too has this. Shouldn't be there. And it will do little dance, but it's shorter because there's only 2 walls. There we go. Now let's build this city. Let's build this city. This is the old wall. Where's my hole? Damn. It forgot the holes. The second hole. Damn, babe. You forgot the second hole. Well, that's not the issue now. Let's generate this. And I will go after that probably. It's too much headache. I still have a headache. Well. Yo, pedo.
Draven.Mehendisis says Yupido.
Yupido. Yupido. Ay. It's not impossible that I do drawings earlier, but I want to keep it for the last sprint. Yes. Come on. Okay. Good. Cook it. Okay, what would be next? I need to correct the connection, the character selection, because now it only select from the menu. It only select the human, even though I select. So this was broken because I changed some stuff. Like if I pick Halfley, I think it won't work. Yeah, the red thing, it doesn't pass the... Okay, it did not... Oh, I forgot something. Damn it. I forgot to do this. I put the note there for myself. Damn it. Oh. Damn it. I've been one of the first, one of the earliest adopter of AI, and adopter maybe like the adopter, but I noticed the first AI stuff. One of the first one I remember in large language model was the GPT 3.5 before ChatGPT, and it was used in an application called Replica, and it's like it still exists. And I was surprised because before that I thought I knew the bot. Like before LLM, you had AI bot, and they were very bad. It was very the conversation was really bad, and it was like when you do a bot the old way, you just pick what the user say, what to answer, and you hard code the answer of everything that the user say, and it's something like that, and it's really bad. It doesn't almost. I don't know of any game using that of that era. Maybe like old game like but yeah, it was not used a lot, except in funny chat, like in chat rooms and things like that. You still have some bot like that in Discord and stuff like that. Map. I need to delete this one. What is it generating stuff? I just deleted something. Oh man, I should delete this or what? What is this? I hope it does not generate this stuff. Get removed from cache. At least it's not my mesh generator. Okay, come on. Come on. Oh no. What was I was saying? Yeah. So there was Replica. Then there was Dungeon AI. They both used GPT 3.5. And I think before or around that time there was Wally, not Wally, but the AI image generator that was very bad. It's a play with the name Wally. I don't remember. And yeah, it was the first like when GPT started to be good. It's 3.5, and then ChatGPT appeared with GPT-4. And I think it started with GPT 3.5. I remember seeing OpenAI doing stuff before that when they started to showcase LLM stuff, and it was like especially like UI creations. You put, I remember seeing the first time like people writing stuff and then it created a UI, but it was very bad. It was like just doing like a picture with a slider underneath and the slider act on the picture or something, like basic stuff. Okay, it does not work because I need to fix up the redirector. It does not work neither. Save. Fix up. Map. Yeah. Duplicate. What happened? Why did I have to save this? It smells like smoke. I'm burned. Okay, it's, I think, yeah, what's that? Log process search. Lens, wall lens, light, build index from cache. Damn it. No. No. Now I don't even know if you're still seeing me. What else can I see? So yeah, was the first adapter. It was not good. It was not meant to be used so much, except the UI stuff. I remember it was like the first people testing using it, and I remember thinking, not thinking the same way as I think today. To me, it was just like a tool, a programmer tool. But today there are people who use it like at all sauce, like it's almost like a mayonnaise sandwich. They use mayonnaise for the bread, they use mayonnaise for the meat, they use mayonnaise for the lettuce, they use mayonnaise for mayonnaise. So this is vibe coding, like people who don't know how to, who never learn to code or are coder that stopped coding, they're doing mayonnaise sandwich. And it's not good because it's not, I don't want to say it's not good, but it does not end good in some kind of way. Already exist. I need to restart then. Fix up. I don't want to say like what is good or bad, but currently the way it is used, some people just only use it it generated again. That's why it was so slow. So I need to break that. Yeah, I need to break it. It will need to be a button. Otherwise it won't stop generating them. Good. Now Can I delete the map? Rename it. So yeah, people use it with all sauces included, all mayonnaise over, like a hamburger, mayonnaise hamburger with mayonnaise bread and mayonnaise on top of it with Coke, mayonnaise Coke. It's just funny with it, but I'm not an anti-AI. I'm like in the middle, even though it sounds very anti-AI. But there are a few reasons I think it's bad, and a few reasons I think it's good. I'm not. I don't like being binary take on stuff. I think it's a false dichotomy. It's a false dilemma to say, are you for or against, and have a definitive yes or no. The false dilemma. It leads to congestion. It leads to more debate and less action. It leads to less solving and more problems. To be thinking in terms of yes or no. People think, oh no, it will solve, it would be faster, yes or no, but it's not. People don't want to go with yes or no. Or it's not they don't want, it's not the reality. Things are not black and white. We try, like, the getting in consciousness, it's realizing that things are not made of yes or no, and they are always more complex than just yes or no. Anything that you learn in life, you think of it as at first, oh, it's this or that, and it's very simple, it's this or that, and then you end up understanding that you don't understand. And it's not this or that, it's more complex than this or that. It's always everything you have to learn about life, about reality. It's never one or either. It's never two different opposite things, except when it's made that way, like politics. And even politics, you can rearrange it without the bipartisan system. It's made. I think it's made in a way that people are in conflict, and it drives the conflict. It drives them away from solving stuff. More complaining, less. But it's not complaining. It's like it's not the source of the problem. It's almost never the source of the problem. To be like we are against them. We are against a group. They are against us. It's always more detailed than two things. Reality is always more detailed than two things. Even though you could say like there is life and death, and that's it. But you only know that when you experience it. It's like infinity. You cannot experience infinity because once you experience it, you have to say, yeah, I experience it, and it takes the eternity to experience eternity, so it will never end. So you will never say I have experienced it, because it will never occur, because it's infinite. So it's the same way that life and death, you don't know, because you need to experience it, and you don't know, even if you saw people or information telling you that's how it is. At the end of the day, information is paradoxical. It meaning that, as I said, you cannot prove that an evidence was or wasn't created before observation, and it's because you need to recursively prove the evidence you get. So every evidence is also subject of the same pattern. And it could be just like when you memorize something, and just like that, neuroscience discovered that when we remember something, when we recall something, the brain reach for new cells, always new cells. It's never old cells that registered something. So we only remember from new cells in our brain. And so in the same way, information is even more created, is even more less, we can even less prove that something is not or is created before observation, and even that it would be misleading to argue on that, because it's a paradox. A paradox, as Richard Feynman said, a paradox is when what we think reality ought to be is not consistent with what we feel it should be, or something that it's not I paraphrase it because it's exactly not what he said, but it's a bit something like that. Let's search paradox. Richard Feynman. I know that. Well, know that. I've noticed that there are different type of paradoxes. The paradox is only a conflict between reality and your feeling of what reality ought to be. Close enough. Yeah, there are different kinds of paradoxes. The one I'm telling about the evidence that you cannot prove that evidence are or are not created before we observe them or it, if we see an evidence. It's a circular paradox. The other paradox, like I would say opposition or opposite paradox, that would be like the shield that blocks everything and the sword that cuts everything. It's not a circular so much paradox, it's more like the opposite paradox, the opposite extremes that cannot exist. It's a false like Feynman said, it's a conflict between reality and what we feel that reality ought to be. And sword and shield paradox, it's about perfection. It's the paradox of perfection. It's our feeling of what perfection ought to be, but it cannot exist. And there are other paradoxes like that, similar to the sword and shield. One that sword and shield are the one I created, but there's a similar one that people bring in science. It's the immovable object against an object that moves everything. But this one is too close to it's too easy to argue in science, because it would, like, what happen if a immovable object is hit by an object that moves everything? And some scientists would conclude that the two objects would go through each other and pass through each other. But if it's a sword and a shield that blocks everything and a sword that cuts everything, if the sword passed through the shield, well, the shield fell. So it's not about the movable thing now. So it cannot be solved with the solution. There's another paradox. It's similar. It's about perfection. I created this paradox too, but I guess some people might have a version too. It's the perfect hero. When you write a story about a perfect hero with the perfect story, and he does not have enemies and so on, it's the perfect story. But the issue is that it's boring. You want to write a story that's not boring, but making it perfect, it makes it imperfect, because there is no tension, there's no enemy, there's nothing. And this one is arguable, because you could try to do a story that's like that and make it funny or something else just to divert the argument, but it's the same. Like, of course you could make a funny story about it and make it good, but yeah, it's too easy to dismantle with that. But the idea is just to explain how we misinterpret reality, and perfection is just a word, and words is meant to be used to communicate, and sometimes it's not important to. It's not just something that is subjective, like something you reflect upon alone, not something you have to prove. But yeah, it's a word, and we use word to communicate. Mostly, if you think about it, words are just for communication. It's just a means to communicate the idea from one person to another, or many others. And people attach a lot of importance to words, but that they don't have. And people don't carry dictionaries with them, which means, what I mean by that is that in the sense that some words would mean something different in another language, some word, even though it's the same, and even though we carry dictionary in our pockets, in cell phones, we don't take the time when you share something with someone to check. Always check the definition. We can, we do it sometimes, but usually when you argue with someone, the best way to argue is to say, how do you define this word? And we will start from this definition. Instead of, okay, this is the rules, we can only use this definition that's in this dictionary and we cannot go out of this rule. You should be able to argue with the definition, with the made-up definition. And from the made-up definition, if you are right, and you can do your own make-up definition, or if you're right, it's more the idea that has to be right instead of the word definition, the definition of the words. Yeah. So I cannot delete it. I will need to okay, is it still regenerating stuff? I cut it. Okay, I think I know. I don't want to go in the setting and rename this. The old version. So what can I do? What can I say? Duplicate, copy here. Can I override it? Okay, I know what to do. I will close the engine. Delete it there. Just quick rename, copy, delete, duplicate. Okay. Rename. Now I will just check to be sure that's fine. So what else can I say? Everything can be argumented against, no matter what. Everything. So it's useless to debate sometimes because people like to debate, and even though it's not true, even though what is truth, even what is truth as information is paradoxical. Okay, so it does not like it when I rename it. Seems to be the new one, but it has a 0. When you realize that everything is information is paradoxical, it's it makes it easier. It makes it easier because now you know that the things you saw might not be true. many things we see might not be true. It might be just it's easier. In the sense, it's easier to not that it might not be true, but it's easier to understand that it's not about being true, but about how we react to it. How we react to it. Because we cannot prove that it's true. It could be. It's not. That's why it's not that it is or not true. It could be true, it could be false, and there is no amount of information. Of course, there is some amount of information that would confirm stuff, but do you want to confirm stuff? Always. Yeah, sometime when you like it. It's good to confirm stuff when you like it. Okay, now it's working. Let's generate it. But didn't build because I'm not on the right folder. Okay. Of course, there is like one about the paradoxical information. It's I think of people like, oh, things. This person cheated on me. I saw like something on their neck, but that's where paradoxical enters the room. But sometimes people are too into it. They want to. They don't think in terms of it might be wrong. Like I might be interpreting this wrong. So they want to go further and have more proof of the bad thing. And sometimes it makes us act differently. It makes us act differently than if we thought, oh, it's fine. I might have misunderstood. And by making us act differently, we are more often angry at the person. So we don't notice we do some small stuff, small difference by being angry, and we don't notice how it's not like magic, like that thinking bad makes bad thing at a distance. It's more like because we think badly, we act without noticing. Subconsciously, we do stuff that makes things worse. And it took me a long time to understand. I still struggle after like decades of trying to seeing that when I think of something badly, my action bleeds into it, and it's not magic. Like people, when I would say this to someone or simplify it too much, people would say, "Oh, I just do think like that, and I just think that something will hurt me, and suddenly by magic and a knife is thrown at me just like that." But that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. It's really that your action bleeds. You act differently when you are, and I'm pretty sure that if you did scientific tests with the different group of people, if you make teams of people and one team's is motto is to say, oh, we're going to fail, and they have a song like, oh, we are going to fail, everyone is stronger than us, and you make other teams with other songs and their song is like, oh, we are going to beat everyone. The team singing and thinking they are going to beat everyone, we're most likely, like the statistic will show, that they win more often. I'm almost sure, and there are similar studies that are not that, but that show that when the leader of a team is the emotional, it has a name, like leadership, emotional contagion. Studies. Yeah, like I don't see the name, but there are studies where it shows that when the leader has some bad situation, it reflect on other people, their amplification effect. Yeah, I think it's amplification effect, but I'm not sure. Yeah, well, there are studies similar. They didn't do this test, I'm saying, but I'm pretty sure it would influence a lot the other people. What you think, what you do. Okay, they are there. They are there. The first soul is there, just like I saw. So next would be to solve the whole situation. I will solve the elf layer selection in tonight probably, or something like that. So I will be back with a working build, and we will solve the whole situation in the next episode. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one tomorrow probably. Bye bye.